So thank you, Andrea. I'm Anthony, consultant with the World Bank, working on the core MIS implementation in Burundi. So it's I represent the work that has been done on Burundi. We started on Burundi with a system, a legacy system that they have been using for more than 2 years. And the system, they had the need to make the system more flexible because the system we were using had limited adaptation capacity. And it was a vendor controlled solution, so the project didn't have the access to the system to do the modification they want. And there was a critical functionality gap with the requirement to handle multiple intervention, to add functionalities on monitoring and evaluation, and also on grievance management side. That was the challenge that they faced with the system they was using. So we started with requirement analysis to map the functionality that is required for the target system. So we have the targeting, we have the payment, we have monitoring and evaluation, and we have the grievance. That was the top functionalities that the new systems should have. So we have done a gap assessment on the core MIS, between core MIS and the legacy system, to see what functionality we have, what functionality we will have to add on core MIS. And we also look at integration of critical integration point. So which external system we will have to communicate with. In the case of Burundi, it was mostly with payment agency system that we will have to communicate with. So we targeted the use of core MIS with identifying the key advantage. So one of the points were the modular open architecture that allow for customization and scalability, and the facility of integration of new modules. So there was also the flexibility for multi-intervention. Out of the box, in core MIS, we have the possibility to handle multiple intervention, and that was a key point for the Burundi project. And we have also the possibility to integrate with third-party API that should allow us to cover the need that we have to link with external systems, and interoperability in the registry that we need to put in Burundi. So the current state of the implementation in Burundi. So we have the base core MIS installation done with the migration of individual, almost 1 million individual. We also migrated household data, payment data, and the payroll payment request in the case of Burundi. So we also had to do a custom payment workflow integration with the payment agency API. We had also to create a custom API on our site. So for some payment agency, will consume the API of the Burundi implementation, and we'll also linking to the API of other payment agency. We have the two cases: payment agency with custom API, or payment agency that doesn't have API and have to consume the API created for the in the Burundi implementation. We also have a Kobo Toolbox and integration that is mostly used on the grievance to to download the grievance data that is done, and the data entry it is done in Kobo Toolbox, and we have to pull that data from Kobo and for injection into the core MIS instance. And we also use this Kobo Toolbox integration to retrieve the data for monitoring and evaluation. We have a field operator that do data collection related to monitoring and evaluation on the field. And this data is collected with Kobo Toolbox form. And we retrieve this data from Kobo Toolbox and save it in Core MIS in dedicated tables and build a visualization and data report based on that. So the last one, a custom implementation was the monitoring and evaluation, a dedicated dashboard. So here is a view for the main dashboard at the application entry that gives a summary of the information we have in the system. In that case, the number of beneficiary, the number of payment that have been done, the amount of payment, and we have a visualization of the project implementation, a geographical visualization, broken by province. For each province, we have specific data for the project implementation in terms of selected beneficiary, active beneficiary, and we also have visualization for the grievance by status. We have the status of open grievance or closed, and we have this visualization, and we have also data on the transaction that the monetary transfer and and we have also a monitoring and evaluation reporting on activity that is done for behavior change and those kind of accompanying activity that the project does. And behind we have information on the number of individual household and the province that are covered by the system. Here we have a view of the listing of the household, and we have a reporting on the project result framework. We also, so here a key statistic, so approximately 1 million individual, 2,000 under household, and more than 120,000 household beneficiary household in the system. So next step, we have the project to do an implementation with the unified social registry, and we have to integrate the form and incorporate the community validation workflow so that the data that is collected with this form, we do the beneficiary selection and we do the community validation workflow at this. This is the functionality we have to also add in this side. We have to enhance the grievance management and improve monitoring evaluation, because on the grievance management, we have some grievance that is sensitive. So this is the functionality that we should add is restricting access based on the sensitivity of some grievance case. So we have some gender-based violence and this kind of grievance that should be specifically handled So out of the box, the system doesn't offer those functionalities. So it's some customization that should be integrated on the system. And the other step is capacity building. We have to ensure that the project have full ownership to be able to do all the modification and we have to promote sustainability of the system. So the project should be able to handle the system management, the system evolution, the system maintenance, and have a certain autonomy on this side. That was it. I hope I was not too fast, and will be. Thank you for listening. Thank you.